One of the questions I'm asked most often is the CLTD worth it? And the real answer is, it depends. But I know that's not what you're asking. What you really want to know is, was a CLTD worth it? To me, the truth is yes. But it may not be why you think. So stick around to find out why. Okay, so you want to know why the CLTD was worth it to me. It was worth it to me for two reasons, and the first one was the knowledge. I know, probably sounds cheesy, you're like, of course it was the knowledge, Danielle. Yes, it was the knowledge, but here's why. The job that I got after the CLTD, though it was a promotion and though it was a better salary, it was in logistics, which is the area of supply chain that I hadn't been in before. I'd been in purchasing, I'd been in inventory management, and those sort of upstream supply chain roles. And so logistics and that downstream end of supply chain was brand new to me. And I wanted to ensure that I was familiar with everything from terminology, compliance, laws, regulation, even just the different modes of transportation, and not just nationally, internationally. Really, logistics is where the international trade portion of supply chain really gets into motion once those goods start to move from where they are to where they need to be. Compliance comes into play, finance comes into play, all the different things that go into getting goods from where they need to go, or where they need to be, where they are to where they need to be. So the knowledge that I gained is really invaluable. I mean, it's something that I still have today, even though I'm not in that same role or in that same exact realm. And so for me, the knowledge, I think the best example of that is Incoterms. Though I had never worked with Incoterms before, I'd heard of them, but I was never in a role where I was responsible for deciding Incoterms or even interpreting or having to understand Incoterms in really great detail. So during studying for the CLTD, I had to learn each Incoterm and not just memorize the letters and where risk ends and begins, like really in depth learn what each one was, and even more importantly, the difference between each of the Incoterms. And so that's something that I came into my new role knowing. And ironically, the newest set of Incoterms had come out during my time in my last role, and so I was really able to not only educate my team but my clients on the new changes in the Incoterms, and just really make sure that Incoterms are being used properly. I think Incoterms are one of the things that I've seen misused very commonly within logistics and supply chain. So that knowledge and being able to be a resource for both my team as well as my clients is something that is really invaluable to me, and that level of confidence that I had just knowing that I had that foundational knowledge in logistics, even though I hadn't worked the very first day in logistics, was what made it worth it to me. And the second reason why the CLTD was worth it for me, in my own experience, is because really just that I was able to prove to myself that I could do it. Some of you may have seen the videos that I did several years ago when I first started the channel, but I really took an unorthodox approach to the CLTD. At the time, it was a huge personal investment in time and dollars, and I decided to study not using the learning system and really just reading the books on my own. And I knew it was a risk. I knew it was something that, to my knowledge, no one else, at least anyone that I had met or talked to before, had studied that way. And this was when the CLTD was still very new, so there weren't a lot of use cases to compare to. But anyway, I knew it would be a challenge, but I decided that I was up for the challenge and that I could do it as long as I committed to the amount of time that it would take, and really just diving into the resources and stick to a study schedule. Then I knew it would work out and it would pay dividends for me. So I got the knowledge, which was invaluable, and I proved to myself that I could do it. And so I would highly recommend to you, if the CLTD or any supply chain certification or any sort of certification or any way that you invest in yourself to be of more value to your team, your clients, your company, and really leveling up your career, take it. Believe in yourself, go to that next level, grow your skills, increase your impact, and take your career to new heights. So that's it. That's why the CLTD was worth it for me. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you have taken the CLTD or another certification, if it was worth it for you or not, and if it wasn't, let me know why. And if it was, let me know why too. The only other thing I'll ask is that you watch another video and subscribe so that you can see all the new videos that I have coming up for you. Thanks for your time and have a great day.